I'm Shae Russell from mining.com.au, and joining me today is Bernard Rowe, the Managing Director of Ioneer. Bernard, congratulations, some fantastic news out today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Shae. My pleasure.
Let's kick off first and foremost with the outstanding news released to the market today, and that is a near $1 billion loan from the US Department of Energy. Congratulations on this. But firstly, what are some of the finer details of this deal?
We applied for a loan 4 years ago now, so it's been quite a process of diligence and various steps along the way. But on Friday in the United States, Saturday morning here in Australia, we closed that loan with the Department of Energy. And you're right, it's for just under $1 billion US, so approximately 1.6 billion Australian dollars. It's for 20 years and it's at US 10-year Treasury rates. And it's the largest ever by the US government loan to an Australian mining company. So it really is a huge milestone, not only for Ioneer, but for the Australian mining industry, Australian company mining industry.
Now, you have the Rhyolite Ridge Lithium-Boron deposit in Nevada, and I know lithium has been the hot word in metals markets for quite some time now, but let's be honest, we don't hear about boron a lot. So obviously this is a substantial amount of money for a crucial commodity. Tell me, why is boron so attractive?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question, and I'm glad you asked it. So firstly, the combination of lithium and boron at Rhyolite Ridge is actually what makes our deposit so special for various reasons. Firstly, it's actually the only deposit in the world that we know of this type, where you get lithium and boron together with these in these unique minerals. There's one other big lithium and boron deposit that's in Serbia, but really these are very, very rare deposits. The boron is an important economic contributor to the project. It supplies around about 30 to 35% of the revenue. So it's a co-product, not a byproduct. It's the only lithium mine in the world, or it will be the only lithium mine in the world when it comes into production with a true co-product. Some lithium deposits have small byproducts, but this is a bit different. And in terms of usage, just like with lithium, boron is incredibly important to the United States. It's the second largest consumer of boron in the world, and it gets used in just about everything you can imagine, from the Corning glassware that you put in your microwave. It's a micronutrient in agriculture. It's used to treat timber to stop termites eating wood in houses. It's used very broadly in fiberglass insulation in house and buildings. It's used as an alloy and ceramic. It's incredibly hard, so it gets used in shielding on rockets. It gets used in military applications, including Kevlar and bulletproof vests. So you've got everything from protecting soldiers to treating termites, and everything in between. Fibers in carpet, glass fibers that are used as the basis of a carpet, have borosilicate fiberglass. So it's a really important commodity.
It certainly is, and I had no idea that boron was so useful and crucial to society prior to today. Now, obviously, this is incredible news for Ioneer in general. So what does this deal mean for the company?
Yeah, so our project, Rhyolite Ridge, we've been working on it for 8 years. Long time ago, we finished a feasibility study. We've done all the engineering. We're fully permitted, so we're ready to commence construction on this project. So why is this funding so critical? It allows us to commence construction. It's the debt component of the financing for this project. It's a big project. It's long life. It's not only about mining the raw material, it's a chemical processing project as well, integrated into the mine. So it'll all be at the same location. And that's why it's a large capital project. And that's why we needed circa $1 billion worth of debt. That will get added to the equity component, and put those two together is what will allow us to move into construction. So having long-term, low-cost debt backed by the US government is absolutely critical to a project like this. And we're obviously absolutely delighted and honoured to have got this far and had that confidence shown by the US government to back this project. It's an important project for Ioneer, and equally it's an important project for the United States.
Finally, an overnight success story, 8 years in the making. So this makes my next question incredibly unfair, but what comes next? What's the first step you do after releasing this announcement to the market?
So there's a few things in the short term, and they are all leading towards commencement of construction, of course, of the project. I've already mentioned the engineering and the permitting is already completed to the extent that we can start. So next steps are updating to the market the economics that underpin the project and underpin that debt that we received. So we're going to be releasing that to the market over the next couple of weeks. We'll be closing the deal that we have with our equity or future equity partner, Sibanye-Stillwater. They'll be providing, subject to their final decision, they'll be providing the 490 million in equity to give us circa 1.5 billion. That's going to happen also over the coming weeks. And then a final investment decision, which is the trigger to allow us to commence construction. So we're aiming for construction to commence later this year. It's a big project, as I mentioned, take about 2.5 years to build. So first production of lithium and boron would be then in 2028.
Listen, congratulations once again on this news, and I look forward to future updates. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
My pleasure, Shae. Thank you very much.